Did you know that there is a superfood that is not only delicious, it can also transform your health too? There's this tiny little plant that's been taking the world by storm. You might have heard of them. They've become really popular. And you might be wondering why that is. Why are microgreens so popular? They're just tiny little vegetables. What good does that do? Well, I had those same questions, and that's why I'm gonna share with you the reasons why microgreens are so popular right now. Stay tuned to the very end because I will reveal a secret tip on why microgreens are so impactful. Hey there, microgreen thumbs. I'm Connor Hebel, and we're all about growing health one little green at a time. You know, when I was 7, I faced a lot of health challenges that my doctors couldn't figure out. They tested me for cancers, MS, pandas, and so many other things, and they could not figure out what it was. But there was one thing that we could figure out, and that is that microgreens played a huge role in my recovery. Today, I'm here to share with you how these tiny powerhouses can transform your health too. So if you're health conscious and you're looking for an easy, natural way to boost your well-being, you are in the right place. So let's get started. Today we're diving into the amazing world of microgreens. So what exactly are microgreens? Imagine this. You take a seed, any seed, broccoli, sunflower, radish, you name it. You plant it, water it, and let it sprout. But instead of waiting for it to grow into a big plant, you harvest it when it's just a few inches tall. That, my friends, is a microgreen. They're like the teenagers of the plant world, bursting with youthful energy and potential. And just like teenagers, they pack a surprising punch, a nutritional punch that is. Microgreens aren't just baby versions of their mature counterparts. They're bursting with concentrated vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, making them one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Now, let's talk numbers. Research shows that microgreens can have up to 40 times the nutrient content of mature vegetables. That's right, 40 times. Think about it. You'd have to eat a whole bowl of spinach to get the same nutritional benefits as a handful of microgreens. But it's not just about the quantity of nutrients, it's about the quality too. Microgreens are packed with enzymes, chlorophyll, and other beneficial compounds that are often lost as plants mature. These nutrients are essential for boosting your immune system, improving digestion, and supporting overall health and well-being. And here's the kicker, because they're so nutrient-dense, a little goes a long way. One of the biggest myths about microgreens is that you need a green thumb to grow them. Let me tell you, that's absolutely not true. In fact, microgreens are one of the easiest and most rewarding things you can grow, even if you've never gardened a day in your life. They don't need a lot of space, and they grow incredibly fast. You can literally grow them on a sunny windowsill, a countertop, or even under a grow light if you don't have a lot of natural light. No fancy tools, no complicated setups, just a simple tray, some soil, water, and a sprinkle of sunshine. It's that easy. And the best part? You'll have fresh, nutritious microgreens ready to harvest in just a matter of days. It's instant gratification gardening at its finest. Okay, we've talked about how nutrient-packed microgreens are, but let's get specific. What are these tiny greens actually doing for your body? Well, get ready to be amazed. Microgreens are like little immunity warriors, loaded with vitamins C, A, and E, all powerful antioxidants that help fight off those nasty free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. They're also packed with essential minerals like iron, potassium, and zinc, which play crucial roles in everything from energy production to immune function, but it doesn't stop there. Microgreens are also a great source of fiber, which is essential for a healthy gut. Fiber helps keep things moving smoothly, if you know what I mean, and it also feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which are crucial for digestion and overall health. Now, let's talk about one particular nutrient found in microgreens that has scientists super excited: sulforaphane. You'll find this powerhouse nutrient in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and kale. But here's the thing. Microgreens, especially broccoli, microgreens, contain significantly higher levels of sulforaphane than their mature counterparts. Approximately 10 to 100 times more sulforaphanes. Why is this a big deal? Well,
Studies have shown that sulforaphane has some pretty incredible health benefits. It's a potent antioxidant with anti-inflammatory properties, and it's even being studied for its potential to protect against certain types of cancer. Think of sulforaphane as a superhero shield, protecting yourself from damage and keeping your body running smoothly. And the best way to get a concentrated dose of this superhero nutrient, you guessed it, microgreens. Have you ever wondered why microgreens are so much more nutrient dense than mature vegetables? It all comes down to their life cycle. To put it simply, when a seed sprouts, it pours all its energy. These are like little nutrient factories working overtime to produce everything the plant needs to grow. That's why microgreens are bursting with vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. They're packed with the concentrated goodness of a plant in its prime. As the plant matures, it spreads its nutrients out over a larger surface area: stems, leaves, flowers, and eventually fruits or vegetables. So while mature vegetables are still nutritious, they're not quite as concentrated as their microgreen counterparts. It's like the difference between a shot of espresso and a cup of coffee. Both give you a caffeine boost, but the espresso is a more concentrated dose.
So let's talk transformation. You see, when I was younger, microgreens weren't just a health fad. They were a lifeline. When I was 7 years old, I faced some really serious health challenges. My doctors looked at everything, most of the time coming up with nothing. So they called it Connor's disease, which they didn't have a protocol for. So I created my own. Instead of looking for a quick fix through medication, I focused on healing my gut and letting food be thy medicine by improving my well-being through diet. As a part of my new regimen, I started eating these tiny greens every day. At first, it was just a small change, but over time, the impact was incredible. I started to feel more energetic. My body started to heal. My gut symptoms that were really bogging me down started to turn around, and I was feeling a lot better. I did a thermography scan, which shows the inflammation in my body. When I first started the diet, I was lit up so red with inflammation. The doctors had never seen anyone with so much inflammation as I had. And by the end of this diet, I looked like a completely different person. They were shocked at the difference. I began to finally be able to do the things I loved again, like running and playing, just being a kid. It felt like a huge fog had been lifted. These greens, with their high nutrient density, were a key part in my recovery. They gave me the boost of nutrition I needed to help my body from the inside out. Now, I want you to imagine what this could mean for you. Imagine feeling more energized, healthier, and vibrant every day just by adding these little powerhouses into your meal. Whether you're dealing with health challenges or looking to improve your diet, microgreens can make a real big difference. They're not just a garnish, they are a game changer. And if they could help me, then I know they can do the same for you. Ready to start growing your microgreens? That's awesome. Let me give you a few tips on how to get started.
All right, ready to get your hands dirty? Growing microgreens at home is easier than you think, and you don't need a fancy setup to get started. Here's what you'll need. Trays. I highly suggest getting a 2-tier tray for your microgreens. This will significantly reduce mold. Growing medium. You can use all sorts of grow medium. To take a deep dive, check out my video called Why Your Microgreens Aren't Thriving. Uncover the best mediums at home. To keep it simple, Coco Coir. It's a sterilized coconut husk, which means no bugs. Seeds. Opt for high-quality, organic, non-GMO seeds, specifically labeled for microgreen production. Most importantly, make sure your seeds are pathogen tested. Remember the E. coli outbreaks with sprouting. People were buying seeds tainted with E. coli and salmonella. You won't experience this challenge as long as you buy high-quality microgreens. Don't skimp on your seed quality, more on seed selection in a bit. Spray bottle. A must-have for keeping your microgreens consistently moist during germination. Light. A sunny windowsill will do the trick for most varieties. Ambient light is typically good enough to grow your greens. If you're short on natural light, consider investing in a grow light. That's it. See, I told you it was simple. Now, let's talk about choosing the perfect microgreen variety to kickstart your indoor garden. Browsing seed stores can be overwhelming with so many varieties. But don't worry, I'm here to guide you. Start with easy, fast-growing varieties like broccoli, collards, pea shoots, and red radish. Broccoli, mild and sweet, perfect for salads and smoothies. Pea shoots, sweet and ready in 10 days. Red radish adds a peppery kick to dishes.
And now let me share with you a story that puts a smile on my face. When I very first started Amelia Island Microgreens, I had this customer come up to me who was 7 years old, and he had no interest in vegetables at all, none. Was not gonna eat any microgreens either. He wanted to grow something. So he was like, you know what? I am going to start growing microgreens. He started growing his microgreens and really enjoyed that process. Here's the thing, within a couple weeks, he started to eat microgreens. Then he started to eat vegetables. He went from a kid who would not eat any vegetables to now eating microgreens, eating broccoli, eating all these things that he never would have before. His mom told me, thank you for getting my kid to eat something other than chicken nuggets and hamburgers. And that's so powerful, because if you have kids that are not interested in vegetables or want to do some kind of fun project, especially around the science STEM area, then microgreens are such a great way to get your kids engaged and be able to connect with them on a different level. Are you ready to become a microgreen thumb? I'm excited to say that using my 12 years of microgreen growing experience, I have created a free 10-part video series that will give you about 5 to 10 minutes of microgreen learning every day, so that you can stay up to date on the best ways to grow your microgreens, as well as some delicious recipes. So what are your biggest takeaways? Are you amazed at how microgreens have 10 to 100 times more sulforaphanes than your mature vegetables? Or maybe how quick they are to grow? Let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. I read all my comments, and I always enjoy hearing from everyone. So remember that secret tip I mentioned earlier? It is coming up in just a moment, so hang tight.
Let's dive into growing your microgreens. This is a quick overview. To dive deeper, text microgreens to 26786. First, prepare your trays. Add a 1 to 2 inch layer of growing medium, then sow your seeds. Sprinkle seeds evenly over the growing medium. Mist generously. Keep the soil consistently moist. Cover and germinate in a warm, dark spot. After day 3, light up your greens once they sprout. Move trays to a sunny spot or under a grow light. In a week or 2, harvest your vibrant microgreens.
So now that you're ready to start growing, there's just one more thing. We talked about the easy to grow microgreens. Now let's talk about the more challenging ones. Don't worry, I'll show you which ones to avoid if you're a beginner and which ones to turn to if you're feeling a little adventurous. Are you ready to become a microgreen thumb? I've created a free 10-part series to teach you how to go from microgreen beginner to microgreen grower, using my 12 years of microgreen growing experience. So take out your phone and you text microgreens to 26786. That's microgreens to 26786. I look forward to seeing you there. It's such an amazing video series, and I know that you're gonna get a lot of value out of it. And if you wanna dive even deeper and get started today, then check out the link to get your own microgreen kit delivered right to your door. It is so much fun. And as a bonus, you get to support a teen entrepreneur on a mission to empower people to gain even better health and food security. I really appreciate your purchase, and I look forward to helping you move into an even healthier future. So click on your screen right now, and I'll show you which microgreens are the more challenging ones and how to tackle them like a pro. So let's head over there, and I look forward to seeing you.